Hi everyone, and thank you for taking some time out of your day to join us to talk about our new improvements. We do have a lot to go over today, so if you have any questions as we go through the updates, please enter them in the chat dialog or send them to support@combase-usa.com. At the end of the presentation, I'll try to answer all of your questions. Our first update, within your inventory count sheets, inventory difference lists will now show the value of the inventory difference based on the average purchase price for the warehouse. You can see an example of this by going to Inventory and clicking on Inventories. You can either create a count sheet or edit an existing one. If you created a new count sheet, select one of the types. We'll use inventory sampling. Then name the count sheet and select an organizational unit. Save that and then edit the count sheet that's been created. You'll need to add a product and put in a count for it. To see your current inventory according to the cloud, click on Show Nominal Goods. Now click on Save and then click the Back button. On your inventory count screen, under the More button, select Inventory Difference List. This will download a PDF where you can see the value difference based on your counts. It is now possible to create stock receipts from stock orders that have been finalized. You can do this by entering in the specific order number when you create your stock receipt. If you've ever finished an order accidentally before you received it, I'm sure you were annoyed to have to either create a new stock order or a stock receipt from scratch. Now you don't have to. You can simply go to your stock receipt screen, click on New, select From Stock Order, and then enter in the stock order number that was finished before it should have been. Another improvement with stock receipts. Now, when you're creating stock receipts from stock orders, whereas before it's always been difficult to find the correct stock order without first looking up the stock order number, now the stock order selection drop-down for creating stock receipts will show you the source or the supplier in addition to the target warehouse. This will make it easier to find the correct stock order and hopefully save you a couple of steps when you're receiving your inventory. The cashier balance report will now include receipt voids and receipt cancellations. This provides you with further information for cash control and theft prevention. To find this report, you can go to Evaluations and select Cashier Balance Report. If it is not currently visible in your list, click on Edit Menu Entries at the bottom of the Evaluations list. Find the report and move it to the visible side. Click Save. You can run the report by store, payment method, and you can also list it by cashiers or point of sale. If you do not currently have your cashier's balance individually, there will be no information in this report. With this update, it is now possible to assign an economic zone to a point-of-sale button. This will allow cashiers to switch the sales tax on a receipt to a certain economic zone. This is especially helpful for businesses that need to You are now able to search through your receipts and see the product number or code that was used to ring up the product. To get this to work, go to Settings and then Receipt Layouts. Edit your receipt layout and check the box that says Show Product Numbers. Now, go under Sales and click on Receipts. If you select one of your receipts, it will now show you the code that was scanned at the point of sale. This works retroactively, so once you've enabled it, you can look through all of your existing receipts to review them. We have also added a function that is similar to the change price function, but it displays the discount percentage off rather than just changing the price. The function is called Target Price Discount, and you can add it in your button configurations. We've added a new report. This is called the Organization Trend Report, and it will show you revenue data broken down by store and month. You can find this report by going to Evaluations and selecting the Organization Trend Report. If it is not in your list, click on Edit Menu Entries at the bottom of the Evaluations list, find the report, and move it to the visible side. All of your stores will be listed along with your revenue by month for the selected year. You can also view your profits or expenses rather than your sales. As always, if you need to export this report, you can export it to either an Excel or a PDF file. That concludes our webinar. Please give me a moment to review any questions and I'll answer them in just a moment. All right, looks like we have first question here. I do not have my cashier's balance individually. How can I start doing this to use the cashier balance report? All right, that's a really good question. You will need to add a button with the cashier balance function to your button configuration. Most people put this on the third tab of their point of sale screen. Rather than doing a point of sale balance or just hitting end of day, you'll have your cashiers hit the cashier balance at the end of their shift. I should note that cashiers cannot ring up any additional sales after they balance until the end of day statement is run. We do have a manual page that outlines the different end of day and balance options that you have as a business owner at manual.coronapos.com. To find the page, you'll just need to find the end of day, or you can search for the topic as well. All right, we do have another question here. Can I set up a tax-free economic zone? Yes, you would just need to set up a tax rate of 0% and then assign it to that economic zone in whichever sector you'd like to use. And one more, it looks like. How does the new Change Economic Zone function work? Will it come up with a list of economic zones for me to choose from when I hit the button? No, this will not come up with a list. So you will need to enter in the economic zone number before hitting the Change Economic Zone button. If you do have a few different economic zones, it would probably be best to create a button layout that has a button for each economic zone option that you have. To set these buttons up, you would need to enter a character string for the economic zone number and then have the function change economic zone after the string in order to switch it to the proper zone. We have a manual page that takes you through setting up your taxes and economic zones at manual.coronapos.com. All right, thanks again, everybody. I hope you have a great afternoon.